Hello and welcome to the Imagine Mobile Learning webinar, Make Training Easy. This webinar will last approximately 30 minutes, and during this time we'd like you to sit back, relax, and take plenty of notes. We'd like you to reflect on where your people could be. How might their performance increase with more training delivered with flexible learning options? Reflect on your recurring challenges as a company or as an organization. What internal and external problems continue to surface as a result of inconsistent training? And we'd like you to consider a different approach. Consider practicing innovative methods to build a stronger and healthier team. And finally, grow your people intentionally. Training and development is not automatic. It takes time. You have to have a good plan to help your people thrive. That's the first step. Working through this plan by integrating the right tools requires serious intentionality. So here's our webinar agenda. Our goal, first and foremost, is to help you build a stronger team by integrating training with technology. And we're going to cover 5 general areas. Number 1, training challenges. What major frustrations and difficulties do your teams experience by a lack of consistent training? Number 2, 7 common training problems. When these challenges are not solved, who are the people most affected by these problems? Number 3, employee training and engagement research. The way people learn has changed. Companies are shifting online and adapting to these changes because the way people have learned or are learning is really much different than it was even 5 to 10 years ago. Now, how does our software help grow your people? Here we're going to share with you a few ways how Imagine Mobile Learning helps increase engagement and training. Number 5, next steps. We want to answer the question, are we a good fit for your team? Can we help you easily train and grow your team? Well, we'll ask you to plan a brief call with us to see if we're a good fit or not. So let's look at the big problem we want to address today. Learning has changed dramatically, big time. But most employee training remains the same. So even though learning has changed in the way people want to learn and really can absorb information has changed, most employee training has not changed at all. Throughout this call, you can text us at 786-554-0312 and schedule a free consultation, or if you have any questions, you can text us at this very same number. Now, can you or your team relate? We're too busy to meet in person for continuous training. We keep making the same mistakes over and over with our customers or internally. We need a better way to measure our knowledge. Our team members need more training on soft skills. Consistency in customer service is a recurring issue. Our team members struggle to learn and practice our core values. Increasing training costs have forced us to reduce the frequency of team training sessions, or our training is painfully boring and noticeably outdated. So if you or your team can relate to one of these, I believe we can help. There are 3 C's to train your team better. Number 1 is commitment, number 2 is coach, and number 3 is course of action. A commitment. You need to make a commitment to train and develop your people. Number 2, you need a coach. Just like every excellent athlete has a good coach, you need a coach to help your team get better. And finally, a course of action. You need a plan. You have to establish goals, look at your options, look at your current realities, and make the determination that you will do something to help your team get better. Who does our software serve? It serves business owners and executive leaders, chief people officers, human resources directors, training managers, a distributed workforce, supervisors, employees and contractors, sales, marketing, and operations. We solve problems for business leaders. So we're going to look at 7 areas today that are really common challenges for leaders. Automate employee onboarding, increasing employee engagement, develop more leaders and faster, expand training methods, reduce turnover and training costs, deliver personalized training, easily create, deploy, and track training. And with all the events that have happened recently in our nation and in our world, these problems have really accelerated, and companies and organizations need solutions to help them. Can you relate to this statement? Others have. We had to cut 60% of employee training due to increasing costs. Wow, that's painful. Here's another one. Our workforce has changed, but our training methods remain the same. There's a big problem with that statement. Now, let's look at the 7 problems. First of all, automate employee onboarding. We simply don't have the time to personally walk every new hire through an onboarding process. One of the things that we need to consider is creating predictable onboarding systems, automating email and text messaging communication to communicate and connect with our people, keep all people-related data in the cloud. That's not something that every business owner wants to do, but really the time necessitates the solution. Track meetings, training, and progress. So one of the challenges that companies have is that they need to do things better with regards to new hires and onboarding employees. Notice what this business owner said. We're growing monthly and hiring weekly. We need to standardize and automate our system for new hires. And this is really important. You can't just wing this. You have to really consider what you're doing with each new hire, especially the younger ones, because now you are addressing a different mindset and you have to really do things in a different way today to meet needs and increase your retention. The second thing is increase employee engagement. Notice this. An engaged employee is a productive employee. There are many studies that prove this. Consistent delivery of communication and training increases employee engagement. Many times employees would complain about the fire hose method. We sit in a training for 3 days, and from 8 to 5, it's just constant information, constant PowerPoint or keynote slides, and truthfully, people don't learn effectively that way anymore. And number 3, flexible training programs empower teams to maximize their daily schedules. Some people prefer to receive training in the morning, others in the afternoon, and others at different times, maybe not even during normal business hours. Someone said, I'd rather finish training sessions early in the mornings. They're a morning person. Now, I prefer working through training modules at the end of the day. And again, different people have different preferences, and online training allows you to adapt to their preferences. One business person said, regular communication increases my confidence as a team member. And this is one of the things that we can help you do with our software. We can help you increase regular communication in addition to training. So here's another common problem. We need to develop more leaders faster. Leadership can be tough. Leadership development doesn't have to be. Online training accelerates leadership development. A distributed workforce can now develop leaders faster without increasing training costs. This is so important. If my company offered more training to further develop my skills, I would take full advantage of the opportunity. And I think this person speaks to many of our people within our organization and businesses. Number 4, expand training methods. Organizations today can personalize training without sacrificing quality. Employees want to be challenged and engaged more as they work through training programs. A good balance of effective training methods will serve to grow your people and strengthen your culture. So there's not one exclusive training method. The key is to have a variety of training methods, but really those that connect and engage your people will be more effective in the long term. Can you relate to this? I need different training methods to stay engaged and increase learning. Not everyone learns the same. Not everyone can learn in the same manner. Reduce turnover and training costs is number 5. Here's what we know. Engaged employees are committed employees. Providing a clear development plan for professional growth reduces turnover. Online training has proven to be efficient and cost-effective to do these very things. Now, one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that people want to grow. Your people want to grow. And if you don't provide opportunities for their professional development, guess what? They will look elsewhere to find professional development solutions. And sometimes that means even looking at other companies and organizations that align with their desire for professional development. Here's what one person said. What initially attracted me to this company was their strong focus on developing their people. People want to get better. And yes, there is a possibility you may train someone and invest years into them and they may leave the company. But guess what? Think of the implications of not training your people and what that does internally and also to your customers. Number 6, deliver personalized training. Compliance training is boring. We know that, and we have to do it. But personalized training is exciting and captivating. Personalized training produces predictable results and higher employee satisfaction. So when you design training around the needs of your department, your teams, and your people will be more engaged and they will enjoy the training and they will get more out of this personalized training. It accelerates training your people where it matters the most. So if there's a specific area of training your people need, you can personalize that training and deploy it to specific teams. That accelerates learning and that helps your people understand the company, the organization is looking out for what we really need. Here's one quote. Personalized training aligns team members with our corporate mission while focusing on developing relevant skills to serve our customers. Number 7, easily create, deploy, and track training. Easily create effective training courses without purchasing expensive hardware. That's what a learning management system can do for you. Deploy training to 25 people or 25,000 people or employees in less than 20 seconds. You can do this. Keep track of employee training and activate follow-up tools to keep them engaged and keep them on plan. So you can track your employee training progress and you can follow up with your people to help them stay on task, on plan. And lastly, develop essential soft skills by designing engaging online courses. Soft skills are essential. These are skills that are not automatic for many people. They have to be trained in these skills, and online training allows you to do this in a very flexible way. One company might say, or organization, well, we're not very tech savvy, but we do want to leverage technology to develop more supervisors, more managers, more directors, etc. So here's the question for you. If you are very tech savvy or you're not, do you want to develop your people? If the answer is yes, then I think we can help. But I want you to notice that there are negative implications of poor training. You lose your best customers. You lose your best people. You don't attract top performers. There's a lack of team motivation. There's a temptation for your people to seek opportunities elsewhere. Competency suffers. Complaining increases. Corporate trust suffers. Customer service suffers. Team performance suffers. Individual engagement and profitability all suffer. When there is poor training, when there is a weak plan and there's weak execution, all of these things will suffer. And no, you are not exempt from this suffering. An IBM study revealed that employees who feel they cannot develop in the company and fulfill their career goals are 12 times more likely to leave the company. That's astounding. I mean, think about that. 12 times more likely to leave the company. CEOs rank people skills in the top 4 category of external forces impacting the enterprise. So one of 4 is what? People skills. people skills, and learning to develop your people. Now, what is the solution to maximize training and develop more leaders? That's a good question. What is a solution that can help you communicate faster, engage people more online? Well, we believe Imagine Mobile Learning is the solution. We believe that our software can really help develop your people, engage them more, and help them learn in a flexible online environment. Notice what IBM said. The best performing companies invest in training. Training is an investment. It is not a cost. Training is an investment. Notice this discovery by HR Magazine. Companies investing $1,500 or more per employee per year on training average 24% higher profit margins than companies with lower yearly training investments. So think about this. By investing $1,500 or more per employee, you can really achieve higher profit margins. And I think we all want higher profit margins. The American Society for Training and Development, they surveyed 2,500 firms, and here are some of the things they uncovered. Companies that offer comprehensive training have 218% higher income per employee than those with less comprehensive training. They enjoy a 24% higher profit margin, as we discussed, than those who spend less on training. And notice, they generate a 6% higher shareholder return if the training expenditure per employee increases by $680, according to HuffPost.com and the American Society for Training and Development. Are you ready to engage your people better? Are you ready to connect more teams effectively, automate onboarding and training, manage people information better, deliver custom training for each team, communicate changes faster, provide continuous learning and engagement? Well, we hope you are. We hope you're ready to train more leaders online by leveraging online training, training your teams globally, creating custom training, and increasing employee retention. I hope that you are ready to do all of these things for your people. Are you ready to communicate faster during emergencies? With our software, you can leverage technology to keep your teams informed of critical updates. You can reach your team immediately through corporate email communication. You can reach them directly on their mobile phones through corporate text messaging notifications. This is important. This is part of the communication process, and emergencies are critical for us to get the information to them as fast as possible. Imagine Mobile Learning helps your team do these things. Increase learning and engagement. We really help you to put together a plan for your people where they will grow at their pace and they will engage more with your organization, with your business. We help you leverage technology to maximize team development. This is really important. You need to build teams, and technology should be leveraged to build teams faster. Number 3, create customized training to accelerate team competency. We all have teams which have recurring problems, challenges, misunderstandings, etc. By developing shorter bites of training, you can help your team accelerate their competencies. And finally, number 4, increase retention and deliver greater value. We know it takes much more money to hire someone and train them from scratch than it is to take an existing team member and train them. And we want to help you increase retention so we can deliver greater value and help you reduce overall costs. Now, what did IBM learn about effective training? Among other things, they found a 16% increase in customer satisfaction among companies using learning technology, 22% faster rollouts of products and processes, 75% or 80% or up to 80% of managers believe effective training is critical to project success and meeting project deadlines. skill levels linked to business value, $70,000 in annual savings, and 10% increase in productivity when teams are well trained. That's significant. It really is. So there are 4 commitments to grow your team. First, develop a long-term employee training and engagement plan. This is not something that you say, well, we're going to do this for this quarter, the second quarter of the year, and let's see how it works. Let me help you. It won't work. You have to develop a long-term employee training and engagement plan. What is the vision, mission, and values of your company? And then align all of these things to help push your vision, your mission, and your values forward. You have to design a variety of learning plans, and we recommend with certifications and rewards. Some of these certifications may give employees financial rewards. Sometimes it will give them the ability to apply for new positions, promotions, etc. But learning has one simple idea: growth. If we are going to help our people learn, we want them to grow within our company. And we can establish certification programs and rewards to do this. And at the same time, what it will do is increase retention and overall company stability. Number 3, a commitment to invest time, energy, and finances. Developing good training programs is going to take time, and it's going to take energy. I mean, there's no way around it. But it's also going to take finances. You have to invest in growing your team. And number 4, integrate online training, coaching, and group training. As we said before, there is no one exclusive method. You have to have a good plan that involves and integrates online training, coaching, and group training. An article in Forbes.com said the most effective training is done in short bites. Again, people learn differently today than they did 5 or even 10 years ago. So they need shorter bites of training and more frequently to increase learning and implementation of what they have learned. So the question becomes, why invest in online training? Why should we invest in online training as an organization, as a business? Well, it's easy to design, deploy, and track for local, national, and global teams. So it's one of the most scalable and flexible methods of learning that you will find. It is flexible and surprisingly affordable. When you consider the cost of flying people in or renting meeting space in hotels and paying for hotel costs and meals and all of these things, you would be surprised how affordable online training really is. Number 3, it increases employee retention and competency, things that we've already discussed earlier. And number 4, makes continuous learning and employee engagement available and sustainable. And that's what we want. We want to help you make learning continuous. We want to keep your people happy. How do you keep your people happy? Well, you keep them engaged. An engaged employee is a happy employee. An engaged employee is a loyal employee. So this is something that we want you to do in a sustainable manner. A new capability development strategy was developed, and the Harvard Business Review published this. The senior team clearly defines values and an aspiring strategic direction. This is the responsibility of the executive leadership team. After gathering candid, anonymous observations and insights from managers and employees, the team diagnoses barriers to strategy, execution, and learning. It then redesigns the organization's roles, responsibilities, and relationships to overcome those barriers and motivate change. The organization adds training where needed, day-to-day coaching and process consultation help people become more effective in that new design. Success in changing behavior is gauged using new metrics for individual and organizational performance. Systems for selecting, evaluating, developing, and promoting talent are adjusted to reflect and sustain the changes in organizational behavior. So here are some of the high-level development strategies that can be deployed into your business, into your organization. So here's a question we have for you. Why wait another minute to grow your people? Why would you not do something about the development of your people, the retention of your employees, the engagement level of your people today? Notice this quote: 84% of employees in best performing organizations are receiving the training they need. 84%. So if your employees are not receiving the training that they need, what does this mean? Well, it means they're going to look elsewhere. They're going to look for a company, they're going to look for an organization who looks at them as a key asset and invests in them heavily with regards to training. So if you say, we're ready to move forward, we want to consider how we can develop our people, how we can keep our people engaged at a higher level. What's our next step? Well, that's a good question. I would ask that you would call us, 786-554-0312. You can call or you can text, and let's schedule a free coaching session. Again, let's explore to determine if Imagine Mobile Learning is a good fit for your team. It may be and it may not be, but let's at least get on the phone to talk through what your vision is, what your mission is, what your values are as a company, where you want to go, and how training can help your company get there. It'll give you a chance to ask questions and also to get answers to the questions that you have. As a reminder, there are 3 C's to train your team better. You have to have a commitment, you have to have a coach, and you have to have a course of action. Start investing in your people today. Here's a quote that I really enjoy reading. You can make excuses or you can start building your team, but you can't do both. That's worth repeating. You can make excuses or you can start building your team, but you can't do both. I encourage you, we encourage you, start building your people today. Give us a call or send us a text so we can schedule your free consultation. 786-554-0312. 786-554-0312. Schedule your free consultation today.